Hi there, my name is Leif, and I am excited to show you today how Fast Service Tools can put together a quote, get the quote sent to the customer, and get the customer to accept that quote using the various template systems that we have in place. So let's get right to it. I am going to start my handy dandy little stopwatch here, and we're going to go over into New Quote. We'll pick a contact, let's say Mr. Ferris Bueller. He wants to install a new TV, and we'll click Save to create the new quote. And here's where the magic happens. Go over into Templates. We're going to choose our new TV template. Coming from an audio-video background, this is one of my favorite kinds of things. And here we go. We have an entire quote put together with various options that we can modify to turn this into something that customer really wants. So let's say we got 3 different options for TVs, 85, 75, and 65. And of course, nobody wants a TV that small these days, so we'll go with the 85-inch. And we got our mount, install labor for devices, some through-the-wall power kits, and some cable concealment packages. And here we go. We have an option for a Control4 remote for the single room, and an option for a soundbar package as well. Now, let's say he doesn't really care about the soundbar. We can delete that. But he does want the Control4 remote, so we will take that as not optional. If you do have it as optional, you'll have a price range for that section and the total. But we've been talking to him on the phone, and we know that he wants the remote control. So there we have it. We have a TV, everything that's needed to mount it, and a remote control for him. We have our trip charge, if you guys get into that kind of thing. We also have in the wonderful state of Colorado, we have a retail delivery fee, which is 27 cents worth of nonsense charged to deliver things to somewhere if it's retail. So we have all that. Let's see how that looks. We'll save it. We'll view this quote here. We got our cover page. We got our scope of work. Oh, you know what? We forgot to modify this scope of work. We're going to take out the soundbar. So we don't need that. If we wanted to put it back in, we have scope templates as well. And there you go. We have a scope template in there too. But we don't need that, so we will go ahead and save that. Let's take a look at it one more time. There we go. There's an accurate scope of work. There's our line items, our package for the control, and our miscellaneous charges, and our summary page. And all of these pages are templates that you can customize to your heart's desire as well. And we'll get into that later. Yeah, as for that looks real good. Let's go to send this thing. Here we go. We have another template for an email. And this template automatically enters all this pertinent information. So we can go over that. Click next. I'll just send this to myself. And then when that pulls through, this is what the customer is going to see. Here's his email from you. He can click here to view the quote. And that looks pretty good. That's exactly what we saw on our preview screen. So you know exactly what the customer's going to see. And okay, that looks pretty good. A 85-inch TV and a remote control mounted above the fireplace. Great. All he has to do, or she has to do, is press this accept quote button. Of course, read all the terms of service. You also can attach your insurance certificate to this thing. And click let's do this thing. So at that point, we have a quote that has been accepted by Mr. Ferris Bueller. We have a notification. We also, if we go back into our task list, we have an automatic task to follow up with Ferris Bueller about scheduling and getting parts and everything to him. So My clock says just a little under 5 minutes. This kind of stuff can get done on site. If you're doing a site walk, it can be done over the phone if you're confident in getting all the little pieces, parts, and details right. And there you have it. You have from brand new quote to an accepted quote in 5 minutes. So at this point, if you're like, wow, I have to have this, this is going to help my company so much, I don't blame you. And you can give us a call or go to our website, www.servicetools.com, and sign up for a demo. Otherwise, you can go on. We're going to go into a little bit more about how these packages and templates and things work. So one of the first things we do is come over into our main page here, and we can go into settings. We have different packages that we can set up. So here's our soundbar package that Mr. Bueller did not want. You have your description. You can add as many parts. You can edit these parts, and sometimes if you're going to do a quote template like that, it's a good idea to add all the different options that you might need to go over when you're talking on the phone or doing a job walk to make sure that you got everything. And then you just uncheck what you don't need while you're doing that. That's one way of doing it. But you put together your package here, get all the options right, think about it real hard, and just click save. And that'll save your package. We also have our other Control 4 remote here. We can rearrange these. So these packages can be used for all sorts of different kinds of things. You could have a service call package. You could have, miscellaneous parts package, things like that. And they can be formatted a little bit differently in the quote. So that can be a pretty powerful tool for you. The other thing that we have is some print templates. This is very cool, and we've gone over this in one of the essentials videos on how to do this. But you can load up all these different templates and move things around, drag and drop various items. There's our slogan, doing cool AV stuff. This is a pretend company, so we're just having fun with it. Once you get all those done, you have a quote template that you can load up and load that up with all these different pieces, parts for that. So if we don't want a cover page, we don't need that. Maybe they want the summary page first. We can click that button, and that'll make the summary page come up here before everything else. So there's all sorts of different things you can do with those templates. Getting those set up is pretty fun. The other thing that we're going to get into here in general settings is we have some scope templates. This is where you'd put together the scope of work templates, like the soundbar installation, just describing the work that you're going to do. You can make it kind of general and add some details if you want to, or however you want to lay this out so that it's templatable. We also have our email templates up here. For quotes, change orders, we have invoice templates, consult invoice templates, various correspondence like follow-ups, things like that, customer statements. And you can have as many of these different templates as you want. So we can always edit that. They do take variables. So if you wanted to add, let's say, this document's create date in the subject, you can do that, and that will automatically fill that in with the create date of that quote. So there you have it. There's email templates and scope templates, print templates, and finally we will get into our quote templates. Let's see here. Let's do a new quote again. So the quote templates are pretty simple here. We have to have it saved in order to make this happen. So we'll kind of recreate what we did with Mr. Bueller there. Let's go in here and add some TVs. We got our 85-inch, our 75-inch, and our 65-inch. And we want to give him give Mr. Bueller the option between the 3 TVs. So we will check those buttons. That means that these are alternatives to this main item here. And we'll want to go through each one of these TVs to make sure that we have the different labor settings correct. So that's over 79, and we'll say it's above a fireplace because that's what everybody likes to do these days. And we'll go through these other TVs and do that as well. But to save some time, we'll just skip that part. And we'll find our tilt mount. That's a good one. We'll go over those labor details as well. That's going to go above a fireplace, over 79 inches. Very good. And so we'd end up going through and adding all these different power parts and whatever you need to complete that that template. We also have our packages up here. So maybe we need our control, remote control 4 package. There's that. And we'll get our soundbar package in there too. There we go. Everything that we need for that. We can add our new section for our miscellaneous charges. Go to services, and we'll search for trip charge. And this silly RDF thing that Colorado decided to sneak on everybody. We'll hit our save, and now what we can do is just go to templates, save new template, and give it a name. New TV number 2. So now, if we were to delete everything in this quote, we could go over to templates, go to new TV number 2, and load that thing back up again. And there we have it. So this can be a quick, easy way to automate some of the things that you do repetitively, which can save you tons and tons of time. Again, it took 5 minutes to get this thing put together, sent off, and accepted. So that, if you're working on Excel sheets or Word templates or things like that, this is really, really going to help you out. So again, if you like what you see here, give us a shout, send us an email, go to our website, www.servicetools.com, and sign up for a demo. Again, we always have a 30-day free trial, so you can feel free to try this out, see if it works for you, and no risk there. So hopefully you can see this as a valuable tool that your business could use to really speed things up and stay organized. So we will have lots more videos like this showcasing more of the really cool features and service tools. Until next time, thanks for watching.